Hello everyone, thank you for watching. I will be teaching algebra for absolute beginners, people who've never studied algebra before. You might have done numbers, you've heard the term algebra, but you don't know what it is. I'm going to explain. Algebra is using letters in mathematics, and I'm going to explain how. I'm going to start off with a fun math question, and we'll solve it using algebra. There are two rooms. The bigger room has 4 more people than the smaller room. There are 38 people altogether. How many people in each room? The problem is, how do we go about solving it when we don't know how many people in each room to begin with? Like, let's say I'm doing the math, would I say the bigger number done this to the smaller number, and how would I do it? What I can do is assign a letter to these unknown numbers. Let X be the number in the smaller room and Y be the number of people in the larger room. Okay, so X is the number of people in the smaller room. Y represents that number in the larger room. We want to solve for X and Y, and then we solve the question. But the problem is, you'd say, but how do I do arithmetic or math with letters? Like if I said, what's 3 plus 4? 3 plus 4, hopefully we know is 7. But if you've got X's and Y's, how do you do math when you don't know what they are? That's what we're solving for. I've got a fun way to explain. I've got 3 of something in my hand. I'm not telling you what it is. Put a pile of those 3 things here. I've got 2 more of the same thing. I put it on top of the other 3. Okay, 3 of them. I added 2 more. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. First question is, how high is that pile? The other question is, how many of those objects do I have now? There were 3, now I added 2. The first question, the height, I don't expect you to know. How would you know if you don't know what they are? The other question is, how many altogether? Can you tell me? There were 3, I added 2 more. How many? It's 5. I'm going to show you what those objects are. It's 5 of these cards. You see, you could answer the one question, because to know 3 plus 2 equals 5, you don't need to know what the object is. It could be 3 erasers plus 2 erasers. It's true for all objects. To answer the other question, how high is the pile, you would have to know what that object is. It's the same thing with algebra. When we are dealing with letters that represent numbers, like X represents something, we don't know what it is. Y represents something, we don't know what it is. This particular question, I chose X and Y. We could use any letters. We always use rules where we don't need to know what the letter is. That's the key point. Every step of the way, whatever I manipulate with X and Y, I have to keep to rules where I don't need to know what X and Y is. So see this question on, this story is going to unfold in front of us. So quick reminder, 2 rooms. Big room has 4 more than the other. We let X be the number in the smaller room, Y in the bigger room. Now, I'm going to take that first sentence, that the bigger room has 4 more than the smaller room. I rewrite it like this: Y equals X plus 4. That's an equation. Another way of saying bigger room has 4 more than the smaller room. The smaller number plus 4 is the bigger number. See that? The other statement, the 2 rooms together is 38 people. Smaller room number plus bigger room number is 38. X plus Y equals 38. You see, I don't need to know what X and Y is to say X plus Y equals 38. Now we're going to start off with some true algebra. See that Y? I replace it with X plus 4, because high up over there, we said Y equals X plus 4. They're the same number. So where I see a Y, I can replace it with X plus 4. I don't need to know what Y and X is. I just know that X plus 4 and Y are the same. You see, I don't need to know what they are. That's the key point with each step. Now, we have an x here and an x there. I rewrote it as x plus 4. And a quick way of saying x plus x is just 2x. See, I don't need to know what x is. X plus x is 2x. 2x plus 4 equals 38. And now, see, here's an equal sign. Think of it this way. If I've got a scale that's balancing, left and right are the same. If I remove the same from each side of that scale, it will still be equal, right? So over here, we've got an equation, 2x plus 4 equals 38. If the right side is reduced by 4, that means that 38 becomes 38 minus 4. And that 2x plus 4, if I reduce it by 4, just becomes 2x. You see, each side went down by 4. If, in simple terms, if left equals right, left minus 4 equals y minus 4. So 2x equals 38 minus 4. So 38 minus 4 is just 34. 2x is 34. And here again, left equals right. That means, think of the game of balancing. If left equals right, half of left must be half of right. Left divided by 2 equals right divided by 2. That 2x becomes x. That 34 becomes 17. X equals 17. Remember at the beginning we said let x be the number in the smaller room. The smaller room has 17 people. And remember higher up, right at the top we said y equals x plus 4. Well, we know that x is 17. We've just solved it. So over here, where we see x plus 4, we substitute a 17 in for x, because now we know x is 17. Y is 17 plus 4, so y is 21. So there's our answer. 17 in the smaller room, 21 in the larger room. That's the absolute basics of algebra. Now, when we start doing more and more complex algebra at any level, even levels way above me, and trust me, there's plenty math that I haven't studied yet. When we use algebra, we always keep to this rule that we can only use rules with letters that's true for any number. It's like those cards. You could tell me there were 5 cards, but you couldn't tell me the height. So it's the same thing with algebra. We stick to rules where we don't know what that letter is. That's how we do the algebra. I hope you enjoy this introduction to algebra. I'll be teaching other algebra. Please remember to subscribe, because hopefully every week on this channel there'll be more math for beginners. And if you want more advanced math, my other YouTube channel is called Martin. It is a website. It's a website that's a YouTube channel called Martin Tutorials. That's more advanced mathematics. I appreciate that you watched it, and talk to you all soon.